Should have been. I drive a full F-150, so.
Call the meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start with the Monsanto grant presentation. Yes. I think, how about you just kind of take this, the front of the stage and you kind of present to the board, but also be courteous of the people behind too. So maybe kind of right in here would be okay. Yeah, I got it. So this is the fifth year? Fourth year?
Fifth year. Fifth time.
Okay. So I'm Dan Smith with Bayer. And it's an honor to come and present a $10,000 check to the Princeton High School. And that's their fourth year out of 5, right? Is that correct that you've won this award? 5 years, okay?
This is the fifth.
It's the 5th year in a row, which is amazing. So it's like a lot of, so they have to be nominated by a farmer and a teacher, and then they fill out an application to get this. And it's, I don't know how many schools applied for it this year, but it's a active and very competitive competition to get it. So I think that's a major tribute to the teachers and the farmers in this area to do this. So congratulations. Present this to the principal, and then also a plaque that goes with it that we can hang on the wall.
All right.
Smile. There we go.
You can take a couple to make sure that they're.
I got 3 on here.
I'm good. I'm just wondering, do we want one with more people in it?
I think we should do it with.
Let's get everybody. Let's get everybody we can get in there.
Then we'll explain
Everybody, I
everybody's
don't
part.
have my.
Okay, yeah, that would be great.
Yes. There we go.
Just a suggestion, take the plaque out of the plastic so you can see it a little better maybe. There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Now, if you want to go ahead and share what everybody's role is in this, I think that'd be really nice. Yeah, go right ahead.
I'll introduce a few folks and then I'll give it to Darian. Darian Meisel, one of our teachers extraordinaire, was the main emphasis behind the grant. Kim, our grant writer, helped him do some of the heavy lifting. Mr. Storbakken is also from the Career and Tech Ed Department, ag teacher. Part of the grant writing. Terry Goody is also our new teacher in that department and will be part of spending the grant as well. And we have our farmers and Carol. I know you were a part of things, so I'm going to turn it to Darian to introduce our students and Carol to introduce your colleague.
Sure, yeah, this is Hugh Lubenow. I've had him in multiple classes, whether it was like Woods class or engineering class. He's been an awesome student, excellent role model for us. He's always wanted to help. We've got a lot of really cool technology in the classroom. These last couple of years, like our 3D printers and CNC routers and stuff, and Hugh is amazing at working on those things and helping out with everybody. So they wanted him to come out here today.
And Carol, you've nominated us and been part of that for.
Since it started, I got the ball rolling. I'm Carol Orton, one of the local farmers, and I also work at high school. This is Judy Garrett. She's with Griff Farms LLC, and I'm with Orton Farms LLC. And we're 2 of the farmers that nominated the school district.
All right, thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Very awesome. Thank you. All right, next time we'll roll call, let the minutes show that everyone is
present. And are there any citizen comments? All right. No citizen comments. We'll move into our reports. We'll start with board member committee reports. Start with Sue.
I attended the C general meeting and Dr. Bill Morris was one of the speakers who was an analyst of over everything, education, politics, super interesting. He comes every fall, super interesting. And then Senator Pratt also talked about education at the Capitol.
Talk about education.
At the Capitol.
Chad?
The finance meeting before this meeting.
I had a long-range planning meeting in finance.
I attended finance, agenda planning, and
I've not had any committee meetings, but I'd like to address the board that this past summer I've had several health issues that have taken me away from some of my duties here. I've tried to communicate with the chair on that. I'm feeling a lot better, doing a lot better, and looking forward to recommitting and running for my seat again.
Long-range planning and agenda planning last week. So
Community advisory meeting, and Ryan should be getting minutes out, and a Hall of Fame committee meeting, and we had a resignation off the committee, and they're looking at someone to come on, and Philipper is doing a really good organizational job of it, but apparently we beat the bushes right and left to get nominees, and we didn't, so we're extending to try to do something this winter instead of in the fall.
student council, it's a busy week at the high school.
Yes. So just yesterday we had a coronation. Bailey Hoffman was crowned our queen and James Fleechek was our king. And that overall went really well. I think the games are a lot of fun and there's a big show up. And then this week we've been doing our dress up days and we've had quite a bit of people participating. And overall, I think everyone's just been really involved.
Great. Superintendent.
I'm going to focus my remarks mostly on our strategic plan goal of communications, and that's been a big item that I've been really focusing on. I had a very successful coffee conversation, and we had, I'm going to say 20 or more people from the community come, and that was a great opportunity to listen and share ideas. And that's something that we are going to actually do monthly. And I was originally thinking quarterly, but it was such a success. We're going to try and do it monthly, and we're going to take it on the road and do it at different sites throughout our district and be able to showcase different areas that we're proud of. I believe the next one will be at the high school.
Yep.
Okay. And that will be in October. With that, I guess I got real excited and I was going to do a monthly communication in the Union Times. I'm trying to send them a weekly communication to establish a column in the paper. And you should see that now that I'm trying to send a communication to all the families called the Tiger Times that will just be a couple page item. I also wanted to share with the board that we've been in communications with a group to discuss ways to really positively tell our story in forms of video and try and create a campaign that would establish a couple of 3-4 minute videos and then have several 30-second segments that we'll call kind of a drip campaign that we'll be able to spread throughout the year and really link through our social media. I think telling our story and all the positive things that are happening in our school district is crucial to our health and prosperity. And if we don't tell the story, other people will. And I think that's an obligation that we have. And it is one of our strategic goals as a board. And I just want to let you know where we're at with that. And I think there's a ways to go too, so. That will end my remarks for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Number 7, approve agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second? Second. Motion was made by Howard, seconded by Eric Strandberg. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
We discuss and act on previous board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve last meeting minute? Or, yeah, you know.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
all right. Motion was made by Sue and seconded by Howard. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 9, consent agenda. A lot of those items in the consent agenda we talked about at our last workshop. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion was made by Deb, seconded by Chad. Is there any discussion on the consent agenda? None, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Information, first reading of the policies. The summaries of the policies are listed there.
I have nothing else to add that is not in the summary.
All right. I'm sure everyone took a couple minutes to read the summary of changes. On to our actions. Item, long-term facility maintenance, the 4.5 million bond project. For a motion. Motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made by Chad and seconded by Deb to approve it. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear on
Yes.
on that. Is there any discussion? No discussion, this roll call?
Hang on
believe
one
so.
sec. So the
No.
things that are listed here, are we bound to those things? Is this the time that, like, these are the projects that will be done?
So those are the priority projects that we are recommending to be done. Some of them require planning. In order to get bids, because we will have to go out for bid for the pool project, we will have to go out for bid for a roof project as an example. We want to be bidding those in February. We want to have that posted in January and actually be receiving bids by March 1st. As far as can we decide not to do one of those projects? Yes, all the way probably up and to the point of the bid portion. So if there is a project now that you would like us to slow down, but again, if we don't have the planning documents ready and we decide to go ahead, that's gonna delay our bidding. That's all that does. But it can change the rate we're going to get for pricing. You know, if we bid, usually you're bidding jobs or projects in that January, February timeframe and receiving them in March. And then if you get later, then the people generally see a higher cost. Not necessarily, but many people have their jobs figured out, so they don't necessarily need to be as tight with the pencil at that point. The other piece of it is especially the pool project, we will have to shut down the pool area. That's gonna affect community education and we only have a 3-month summer window. It's not like we have a large window of time. So we want, in order to do those projects timely, we need to know what those are. At a drop dead date of January. But even if we start the planning process and we decide, oh, maybe we should wait on the pool, we can still drop it at that time. We will have incurred some costs for planning because it's a major overhaul of our mechanical systems. So we'll have some design costs into it, but it would not be devastating to pull it back.
Want to understand that?
The only reason, like after our workshop, thinking about once we drop that money in that high school pool, we're there forever.
Right.
There's no, you know. And I don't even know if I have a feeling one way or another. It's just like everything we add in that building, we are more. we're there.
For another
50 years.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say the repair is gonna take you 50 years, but you know, you're gonna be looking 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think these thoughts are coming from just, you know, what are our long-range plans gonna be in our district as it relates to our facilities for the wellness areas? And, you know, just through discussions and, you know, wants and needs that, you know, people are hearing and, you know, those are just thoughts. What are our long-range plans and does that include the pool in the current location? And if, you know, we stick the nearly $2 million to, I guess, take care of the needed repairs, you know, that's saying that's where we're gonna have that pool, you know, for many, many years. And we do have a long-range planning committee coming up in, I think, next week to discuss some of those things, you know, what are our long-range plans?
And there's a history though, too, that back in the beginning, going 10 years ago, the priority was set pretty much by the public that the elementary school and the needs of moving in that direction prior to the high school. And it was said back then that there will come a time when the faucet will be turned off and you will not get, you know, you won't be able to do it all. And so the high school could end up being pushed down the road. And that's where we're at. We're kicking that can further down the road
Right.
by doing the repairs because, and I think I wasn't involved in a lot of these discussions, but I think strategically it makes sense to do the repairs. It doesn't mean we're necessarily locked in. I mean, you can always, you know, get a referendum and find more money somewhere, but it means that we are looking at working with the facility that we have, you know, for sure.
In some capacity. It doesn't mean that it's in the current capacity. It's possible you end up, let's say, we decide to look at a career and tech center, and with that, we were able to partner with someone for a wellness center, and we take that out to the public and they pass that. That doesn't preclude us. We most likely won't be touching the high school building to huge amounts. That doesn't preclude us from operating that pool for items that the pool is used all the time. It's open 6 days a week. We have both a boys and a girls swim team. We have a huge community ed program in our pool. And it is the only pool, you know, there's no city pool, so it's really the only community pool in Princeton. So.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I think we have a committee that's gonna discuss long-range plans, and that's gonna be next week.
Which means we'll bring it back and we will discuss it again in our second October meeting.
Yeah, tonight we're just proving the actual dollar amount. We're not.
No, actually, the dollar amount, that portion comes with the bond. What we're asking for here is the planning documents. And if you're not ready to move along that road, we can bring it back in November. After we talk through the long-range planning. It will delay everything a month, but I understand that the pool is a huge decision. It is a lot of money. It's a big price tag.
So very simply, if we approve just getting the planning documents, that's what we're doing. And to answer Sue's question, anything that's there is still with the possibility of being redlined, eliminated, and shifted around for needs that
You can do
occur.
all that all the way up until accepting the bid.
Mm-mm.
Anyone else? So.
Does this have to be a roll call? Just documents, it does
No,
not.
because it's just for
Mhm.
moving
It's just
forward with
documentation.
planning
Okay.
documents.
That was the other question.
Since there's no more questions or comments regarding the planning documents, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm abstaining.
One abstain. Craig Johnson abstained. All right, there are no additions to the agenda. Number 13, future meetings are listed there. And is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second that. Meeting is adjourned.
Do we have to add the long range planning committee on there?
I did see that.